Hi, welcome back to 40 Plus and Fabulous. Today we're going to be cooking a chicken curry, and this is the best recipe ever. It's amazing. It's quick and easy to do, and you can have your curry within half an hour and be sitting there eating it. So the first thing we're going to do is flavour up our chicken, and then that gets cooked in the oven, and then we're going to do the sauce and then combine the two together and job's done. We're going to marinate, or we're going to flavour up the chicken first. I've got my little helper here to help me, Loza. So you're going to take about 800 grams of chicken, which I've diced up into sort of inch cubes.
Chicken breast
I would
as well.
say this is chicken breast, yeah, but you can use chicken thigh if you want to. Works just as well. So the chicken goes into the bowl. There we go. And we're going to use about 4 tablespoons of olive oil goes in. Lovely. Notice I've got a glove on this hand because you don't want to be touching poultry and contaminating everything. So that's the olive oil. Then you want about 4 teaspoons of salt. We use low salt. So that goes in. And then if my little helper can do, it's 1 tablespoon each of ginger paste and garlic paste. So if you haven't got a tablespoon, or the jars are quite small, I just use a couple of heaped teaspoons and they go in. So 2 heaped teaspoons of each, or 1 tablespoon. And then you need about 2 teaspoons each of ground cumin and 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika.
Right, okay.
Then, this is what the glove's for. You get your hands in there and you mix it all up together. And then once it's all mixed, you can then pop it onto a baking tray, like so. Just spread it out. Like so, and then that goes into the oven at 180 degrees for about 25 to 30 minutes, or 20 to 25 minutes. Because you're going to put it in the sauce anyway, so it can continue cooking. So about 20 to 25 minutes in the oven at 180. So now we're going to make the sauce. So into a pot, I've put a couple of tablespoons of olive oil, and we're going to put 1.5 teaspoons of cumin seeds. And then they need to fry on a medium heat until they begin to sizzle. Okay, so we have a nice sizzle going on. So now to the pot we put about 80 grams of chopped onion, and we cook that for about 5 to 6 minutes until they start to soften and caramelise. Okay, so once the onions have become brown and caramelised in with the cumin seeds, we're then going to put in a whole chilli, and you can use a green or a red chilli, whichever one you prefer. I'm going to put the whole thing in with the seeds as well, because we like our chilli spicy. If you don't like them as spicy, then take the seeds out. And then we need ginger paste again, another tablespoon or 2 teaspoons into the sauce, and also our garlic paste again, and again another tablespoon or 2 teaspoons into the sauce, and then give that a mix round. Turn it down a bit if the onions are getting a bit well done. And then we need to go in with, you can use pureed tomato if you like a smoother curry or a smoother sauce, but I'm going to go in with a tin of chopped tomato because I like it has a bit more rustic and chunky. So tin of tomatoes, chopped tomatoes goes in, and give it a stir. So you cook out the tomatoes and the garlic and ginger paste and the chilli for about a minute or so, and then we need to go in with a couple of teaspoons of turmeric, also some hot chilli powder, and again I would say this is to taste. Add a little bit and add more as you go along, depending on how spicy you like your curries. And then we have a teaspoon and a half of ground coriander. That goes in. And then we have some more, a teaspoon of salt. And then you give that a good mix up. Once we've added in the rest of the spices, we are then going to add 45 grams of butter, which starts to make the sauce and thicken it. So that goes in next. So once the butter's melted, you're going to take it off the heat, and then we're going to add 250 ml of double cream. And then it goes back on the heat. So a couple more spices to go. So we've got a teaspoon and a half of garam masala, and a teaspoon of ground fenugreek. Okay, and then we give it a good mix. Smells amazing at this point. Okay, and then lastly we have some fresh chopped coriander, about 2 tablespoons. Ooh, look at that. So you can put all of that chicken into the sauce with the juices that are in the pan and just combine the two. Okay, so our chicken curry has just been simmering away for about 5 to 10 minutes and it's done. So I'm going to turn the heat off and we're going to plate up. Okay, so here we have our lovely chicken curry all served up in a bowl. My assistant here is going to do a nice swirl of
it's not very runny,
a few dollops of yoghurt. Which you can add if you want to, and then I have some fresh coriander here that you can just tear and sprinkle over the top.
Banging. And
we normally just serve this with a small individual naan bread, and that's it, our amazing chicken curry.